Welcome back to Crypto Tutorial. On this video, I would like to discuss Chainlink, how it's currently performing and how it will be performing during the upcoming days. I would highly appreciate if you could follow me on Twitter. Down below in the description, you will find it underneath social and info will be the link towards my Twitter. So that would be highly appreciated actually. So do not forget to go towards the link down below to join on Twitter. And as well, if you're interested in purchasing cryptocurrencies, do not forget that we do have a 3,500 deposit bonus on Bybit during the month November. By using the link down below in the description, you will be able to actually gain this deposit if you are a first time depositor. So that's something absolutely important. And let's get started on Chainlink. What we can clearly see right now is that I already opened up the 4-hourly chart, and what I would like to discuss is actually something I think is absolutely important. Well, previously we were seeing this ascending support with multiple touch points on top. We did see this breakdown below this range and we went all the way down. But how far did this steep correction go? Well, that is actually something I must admit does actually look very good. And why it does look so good is due to the fact that if we enable the 200-day moving average, you can clearly see that we held strong on top of the 200-day moving average. That is for sure something I think is of utmost importance, and that is exactly what we saw occur. We went all the way towards the 200-day moving average, and at that point in time, we did find a major support and we went straight back up. What I think is actually quite important right now is to actually be able to close this daily candle above the ascending support that I've drawn here on the daily time frame. You can clearly see that we have seen multiple touch points on top of this ascending support. That is actually very important to me, and what I think is absolutely good to know is that if we do actually close this daily candle on top of this ascending support, it is likely that we are going to hold strong on top of this range, what could be actually quite good for the overall trend due to the fact that we have seen already multiple times getting supported on top of this range. What I personally think is absolutely good for the overall trend if we would like to see further continuation. Well, this being said, I would like to enable as well the EMA Ribbon. On the EMA Ribbon on the daily time frame, you can clearly see that we are not yet seeing a crossover occur. This could perhaps mean that if we see a further continuation during the upcoming hours and as well during this weekend, that we might see major movement towards the upside, and this as well will mean that we are going to see a further continuation of the movement and momentum towards the upside. So this is actually looking quite good to me. The EMA Ribbon is still serving as a support zone, and if we go further above it, it will serve once more as a major support underneath us. So right now, yeah, currently it will be quite difficult to break out above it, but still I think it does actually look very good. What does concern me actually a little bit more is that if we take a look at this 0.5 level at $29, this is a range where we have traded a lot on top of and as well a lot underneath. So I think this is a major level of support and resistance, and therefore I think it will be actually quite difficult to be able to hold strong on top of the 0.5 and perhaps seeing more increase afterwards. So you have to monitor Chainlink very closely right now and what it will perhaps do. And what I think is absolutely important is to hold strong on top of this ascending support during the upcoming days, as I said previously, just to see a further continuation of the upward momentum that we were seeing before. This being said, I would like to enable the MACD. On the MACD, what you can clearly see is that we are losing momentum strength on the daily time frame. This does actually look good because if we see further continuation, we will be as well heading towards a crossover and we could expect major momentum towards the upside afterwards. What I personally think will be actually very good for the overall trend and what lots of people are actually waiting to see on Chainlink as well. I think this is actually a coin that is right now at a very good purchasable price because $27, well, it's right now at $28.50, but I think that's a great price. And also, if you look in average, it has been trading for quite a while in between these ranges before it went further towards the upside, and this is actually telling me that this is quite a good buying opportunity for Chainlink for the upcoming weeks. So this is something I wanted to let you know as well. If we go towards the 4-hourly time frame, we are right now experiencing major momentum towards the upside after quite a long period of time of downward momentum. That does actually look very good on the MACD, and if we do actually hold this movement that we are currently seeing, we will perhaps be able to hold strong on top of the range that I've talked about before, on top of this ascending support, and being able throughout the weekend to create a stronghold and perhaps see even further continuation towards the upside. This being said, I would like to take a quick look at the RSI. On the RSI, what you can clearly see is that we were not seeing any type of bullish or bearish divergence. We did actually not see anything out of the ordinary. But what I think is very good to know is that if we see a further decline in price action, we are quite nearby the dotted line on the lower part, and therefore if we see a decline in price action, we will shortly be recovering and seeing a reversal on the RSI in the strength of Chainlink, and as well an increase in price action following. So that is something I think is absolutely amazing. But if we right now see even further continuation towards the upside, the upper part of the RSI is still quite a far way above us, and therefore there is still major possibilities that we are going to see exponential growth on Chainlink so far throughout the weekend. So this is actually looking extremely well. If we take a quick look at the 1 hourly time frame, what you can see here is that we are heading towards the overbought area. We are heading above the dotted line almost, but still I am not very concerned at all. What does concern me a little bit more is that we are actually seeing a bearish divergence taking place. We are actually creating this lower high and as well a higher high on the RSI. So this could perhaps mean that we are going to find a stronghold on top of this ascending support. But if we do not find a stronghold, further continuation towards the downside is actually very likely to occur. So please be very careful right now while you're trading. And what I must admit is that I personally think that we are going to see further continuation, but for sure I might be wrong due to the fact that this major bearish divergence might be able to keep the Chainlink price action where it currently is. Lastly, I would like to discuss the EMA Ribbon on the 4 hourly time frame. What you can clearly see on the 4 hourly time frame is that the EMA Ribbon is serving as a major level of resistance above us. What does this tell me? It is actually telling me that the 0.5 range at $29 that I discussed previously, that major level of support and resistance, is actually going to be a very difficult resistance level above us to break out above and find support on top, because we are seeing as well it is not just a major level of support and resistance, but it is also the EMA Ribbon. So therefore this is going to need, we are going to need major movement towards the upside to be able to find a stronghold on top of this range. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy the content so far, do not forget to give me a thumbs up down below, and if you are not subscribed yet, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Have a nice day.